My husband ruined Mother's Day, so I took petty revenge on Father's Day, and I regret nothing. My husband and I have 2 kids, a 6-year-old boy and an 8-month-old girl. For 2 weeks leading up to Mother's Day, he kept telling me he had a whole weekend planned for me. This was unusual, but in the past, I felt hurt and unappreciated when he didn't do much for me on Mother's Day, even though I always went all out for him on Father's Day. So, I thought he finally got where I was coming from and was going to make this year special. All I asked for was a massage, but he kept saying that a massage alone wasn't enough. I naturally started thinking he had really gone above and beyond this time. Anyways, Friday came around, and suddenly a bunch of people started showing up at our place. My husband had invited around 10 to 15 people, but I only knew 2 of them. He called it the Mother's Day bonfire. Sure, we had a fire, but I ended up running after the kids all evening, including my 6-year-old, while holding the baby, and also watching someone else's 2 kids because they weren't paying attention to them. No one even talked to me. The only time I was acknowledged was at the end of the night when my husband's friend said he was taking my husband to go 4-wheeling. I put my foot down and told my husband he wasn't going anywhere. By this point, I was extremely upset because this was supposed to be my promised special weekend, yet I ended up babysitting other people's kids, cleaned up the mess, no one even talked to me, and now he's planning to leave. The next morning, I poured my heart out about how hurt I felt. He apologized, admitting he hadn't been thinking straight. Okay, fine, I got it. Saturday was a bit of a wash because he spent half the day catching up on sleep. Well, yesterday rolled around, and his boss called him at 6 a.m., asking him to come in because they were short-staffed. He agreed, and I couldn't help but express my disappointment, saying, "But it's Mother's Day." His response was, "I know, I'm sorry, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity for extra hours." I understood his point, so I shrugged it off. He finally got home around 5 p.m. and started getting the kids dressed and ready to go out. So I thought, great, we're finally going to do something special. We ended up going for a walk, which I love, but just 5 minutes in, he started complaining about the black flies, which weren't even that bad, and turned us back. Once again, I found myself feeling let down. When we finally got home, he plopped down on the couch and casually mentioned, "Oh, your gift is out in the truck." I headed downstairs, and there it was, a $5 storage container for sugar or flour. I do appreciate practical stuff like that, but I was hurt by that. I asked him if he could at least give me a massage, and he replied with, "I'm sorry, babe, I'm just so tired," before crashing out around 8 p.m. Normally, he stays up till midnight or 1 a.m. There I sat, tears streaming down my face. I ended up tossing the 3 gifts I had already bought for him for Father's Day straight into the trash. They were personalized items that had cost me quite a bit, but I didn't care anymore. This morning, he found them in the garbage covered in food and asked me why they were there. I told him they were his Father's Day gifts and left it at that. Now he's upset, saying he tried to make my weekend special and hurt that I threw away his gifts because things didn't go as he planned. What do you think I should do? Should I try to talk to him again? Should I just let it go and try to move on? I'm really at a loss here.